Sim racing prides itself on realism. More notably, many sim racing titles put a lot of their focus on the tire model. After all, that is where the car meets the road and where many titles claim their strengths. But what if I told you that with all the innovation we've seen over the years, there was one title that did some things that are not done in today's sim racing titles? That was a perfect example. The first being our 20-year-old featured sim racing title in a 2001 McLaren F1 versus Assetto Corsa in an 80s Lotus F1. Now, some of you already know what game I'm talking about, but for those of you who don't, here it is. Microprose Grand Prix 4 by Jeff Crammond. Our venue today is 3 laps at Monza in the wet, running the unmodified version of Grand Prix 4. Grand Prix 4 was developed in an era where online multiplayer was in its infancy. Grand Prix 4 was using the older LAN type for racing against other players, but more often than not, most competitions were held in a hot lap format where you save your run and submit it to the race admin to confirm the validity of your file using a checksum application. In this run, you will notice how the AI drive against each other, very aware that the other cars are around them. Many modern titles still haven't perfected AI quite like this, mainly because AI was an afterthought as online play was the primary objective. As you saw in the opening scenes in this video, Grand Prix 4 did some things that still are rare to see in today's sim racing world, like fully realized pit crews that are visible even during a replay in the effects of 2 cars coming together and touching tires, causing one car to hop up into the air due to the laws of physics. Changeable weather is another feature rarely seen today. A race can start out dry or wet and turn completely around in the other direction at random. Sometimes one part of the track is bone dry while the other end of the track is soaking wet, and you will even get a dry line to develop as the rain tapers off and the track starts to dry. I can't even name a handful of games that even do this today. In a practice session, you start in the pit garage and your pit crew prepares your car to leave the pits, and you're even commanded on when it's clear to exit. You have full control of your car in the pits, going in and going out. The AI does a great job of defending an overtake in a very realistic way. Again, it shows just how aware the AI are of one another and even you during the race. And the AI does make mistakes, but they are generally very realistic mistakes. Now, this isn't to say that Grand Prix 4 is perfect. Its tire model is simpler than today's games, like Assetto Corsa, Race Room, and even Live for Speed. Heck, even Grid Autosport is more advanced in tire modeling. I posted videos of tire deformation in Grid Autosport, and that was in the mobile version, not the PC version, but they both do the same thing. Sounds and graphics are a bit dated. Compare the V10 sound here with that of the V10 sound in Assetto Corsa, and you see what I mean. Just listen to the F2004 at the end of my channel intro, and the graphics are obviously dated as this is a 20-year-old title. But once you get behind the wheel of Grand Prix 4, I don't necessarily think that it really matters. I mean, Grand Prix 4 is as immersive as I've seen in any sim racing game. The modding community has kept Grand Prix 4 thriving for years. There are hundreds of tracks and car models right up to the modern F1 era, and even improved texture mods. Grand Prix 4 is a work of art and a masterclass in the world of F1 sims. It may not have all the modern rules in F1, but it's a timepiece of an era of F1 that has been remembered so fondly, even 20 years later. Thank you all for watching this video, as I really enjoyed putting this one together. And until next time, have a great day.